Hey Joel, good to have you here. I appreciate you taking some time to spread your knowledge and your wisdom and tell us a little bit about your journey with the trades. Where did it all begin?
Yes. So my journey with the trades began working with my dad. Like very many of us in the field, it usually starts with family, and then you slowly gain the love for it. My dad is an electrician. I worked with him during the summertime. This is when I was in high school, and my love just continued to grow. I knew that I wanted to do something with my hands, and carpentry was the field that covered it all.
Okay, excellent. So your father got you started in it, which is a lot like me actually. My father was a high school teacher, but he was like I call him a part-time carpenter because he just built everything in the house. So I was exposed to tools and I saw him taking a pile of materials and turning it into something, and that got me inspired, right? But you didn't go down the same route as your pops. You didn't go down the electrician route. You chose carpentry. How did you get into that field?
People like you actually have a lot to do with it. In high school, after school, I spent most of my days not binge watching. I was watching HGTV.
Yes.
So it was one thing that was common. It's one trade that can lead you into every other single trade, and it is carpentry. And I just loved being able to walk onto the site right at the beginning and being able to be the last to leave.
Exactly.
And carpentry was the field that provided that.
That's awesome. It really is a special feeling to know that you can walk onto that site at any given time and help facilitate the other trades as they come in and out. Make sure that they're set up for success by making sure that the walls are plumb, everything is square. So when the tiles guys come in, they're like, "Ooh, I like working for Joe. Everything's plumb level and square," and and you get to work all the way through that process. So did you just kind of pick up what your father was teaching you a little bit and then walk directly onto a job site, or did you do any type of like formal or informal training? Did you, through high school or tech school or anything of that nature?
So my path I veered off my path a little bit, but stayed within the trades, because coming out of school, most of our parents would like for us to hold a diploma, a degree of some sort. I knew right away that I wanted to be in construction, so I went over to George Brown College and I did the 3-year program for construction engineering technology.
Good.
And it opened my eyes up onto a very different world of construction. This is what happens behind the scenes. This is what happens before the project even starts. And over at George Brown, I enjoyed my time over there. I learned everything there is to learn about construction management. The program is great, but by second year, I already had an offer in the industry, and I went out working in management. So first I took the management route, and like very many people, when you do something to please somebody else, the passion and the drive is just not there. So here I was on site in charge of everybody else. So I was like the parent monitoring a kid. You're watching someone do what you want to do, but you cannot really step in. It's like being at a soccer game when you play soccer yourself. You're watching everyone else play, but you do not get to play. And I did management for a year and a half, and I couldn't.
You needed to get in there.
Yes, it just was not my speed. And I remember looking up different unions, and the Carpenters Local 27 popped up.
Yeah.
And I knew nothing about how to join a union, so I was just basically going off the website, going off the information that is provided. And over there, I found a pre-apprenticeship. I signed up for a pre-apprenticeship information session.
Yeah.
I went in, and we had to do an English and math test.
Yeah.
And after you do that test, if you pass, you're granted the opportunity to join. So it was I was given a choice between two paths. I could either do the formwork pre-apprenticeship that started the following week, or I could wait a couple months and do the basic training, which is training that we require for general carpentry. I wanted to get in right away. So I jumped on the formwork pre-apprenticeship path. It was a 7-week program. I was taught everything that there is to know about formwork, all the different hardware that we use on site, the different type of forms, the columns, the different styles of how you do the forms the old way, and how to use the different systems, which is the more new and updated way. And this set me up for when I got to site, because the exact things that we did in class, it was a replication of what happens on site. Yes, so that's where my journey went after that.
Okay. And now that you're a professional, you're a working professional, you've done your schooling, what was the most important thing that you learned that was applicable to what you were doing on the job site? If you could say one thing that you kind of took away from your schooling or the management portion of your kind of education, what part of that helped you the most on site as a carpenter?
Technically, the technical answer is print reading, because it's crucial to know how to read and translate drawings. So this was a very integral part to helping me actually go through my apprenticeship much faster. Not very many of the people are well versed on reading the drawings. So if you have that skill, it gives you a leg up, because you're able to lead a team much sooner than somebody else that doesn't know how to do that. And secondly, it was communication. Working in a team environment, knowing that the work that you do affects the next trade that is going to come in.
I love that you just said that. 100%.
Yes.
100%. You know, see, that's how I know that you're a manager at heart. You're a carpenter at heart, but you're very good at management, because you understand that crucial nugget that everybody that works as a carpenter needs to understand, and that is the fact that every trade needs to respect the next trade coming in. And if you don't have that in your heart and in your mind as you're doing your work, it's not fair to everybody else that's coming in. You're really not working as a team. And it can be hard on the job site, because not all the trades are there at the same time. So you're setting somebody up for success that you don't even know and you can't see.
You might never even get to work on the project when they're there.
Exactly.
But you have to make sure that their job is as easy as it can be.
You know, today's retreat, you know, today's retreat is all about mental health, right, and mental wellness. And I think a big part of making sure that we keep our mental health intact, which is a difficult thing in the trades and in the construction industry, is to make sure that we're taking care of each other in those moments. And the way that we do that is by building to the best of our ability as fast and efficiently as possible. Let me ask you, I think we covered a lot, like randomly here, but let me ask you this one. You know, so looking back on your schooling and your career, is there something that you know now that is surprising that you wish you would have known when you first started?
So something that I know now that I wish I knew then is that organizations like TCB and Toronto Community Benefits Network existed. Because just volunteering with this organization has opened me up and onto a lot of different people in the field, people that are far ahead in their careers, people that are just starting out in their careers, and being able to do the one thing that was never done for me, being able to mentor and provide guidance, which I wish I had that starting out, someone that has taken the path that I'm about to walk, tell me, oh, that's okay. Handle it like this. Try doing this. Talk to such and such.
Okay, so that leads me perfectly into my next question. I could probably talk about this one for hours, but I'm doing the interview today. I'm not answering the questions. But what is in the trades and in construction? I've found that the best lessons that I've learned are from the mistakes that I've made. It's the best teacher. So, what would you say? Tell me one of your biggest failures. What is one of the things that you kind of failed at that maybe you perhaps learned something from? It's a hard one.
It's a very hard one because being a carpenter, we make a lot of mistakes. And
Did you ever
What
waste
it-
any material?
yes, there is always that one weird cut of the triangular cut.
Yeah.
Warriors cut it upside down. I've done that a couple times.
Yeah.
I don't think that one goes away. But one that I learned from. Oh, yes. Miscommunication. Being able to, as an apprentice starting out in the field, you have a lot of numbers being yelled at you.
Right.
So, when I just started, I never used to do this one thing, which was repeat the number back to confirm that what I had is the number that was said. So, my first 2 weeks, every few hours I would make the wrong cut. But not because
You're not reading.
I'm not reading the measuring tape, but it's because what I hear and what is being said is two different things. There's a lot of noise going on. There's chaos all around, and it goes with the rule: measure twice, and cut once. So, being able to listen and repeat back what is the instructions that you're being given, which the lesson that I also took from that is being able to humble yourself and know, okay, I've messed up. It's not the end of the world, but I'm not going to make an excuse and say, oh, this is what happened. It's like, okay, let's start working like this.
That's right. Here's the problem. Let me figure out the solution. So it shouldn't just be measure twice, cut once. It should be listen twice, measure twice, cut once. Okay, I got one more question for you, and this is actually about your future. Joel, where do you see yourself? What would you like to be able to say about yourself in, say, 10 more years of your journey? What are some of the things that you would like to accomplish?
10 years is a very long time. I hope to be with you on set.
I like that.
Yeah, that's one of my dreams. But in 10 years, I see myself a red steel journeyman carpenter.
I like that.
I see
You're working towards it?
I'm working towards it. I'm going back to school, and I'm going to be able to challenge my red steel in the next 2 months.
Great.
So yes, that is. It was my 5-year plan. I was able to do it in 4. So it's been great. And in the next 10 years, hopefully, have a successful business, be a master mentor by then, have a lot of connections within the industry to better help people that were once in my situation. Yes.
That's it. That's a beautiful goal, and I think you're well on your way to achieving it. I know there's some people walking around here that are happy to have you as a mentor. Good luck with your red seal. I know you're gonna get it already, and with your attitude and with the network that you have right now, there's no doubt in my mind that you'll have a successful business. And who knows, maybe I will see you on my set, helping me out on HGTV. All right, thank you so much, Joel.
Thank you very much.
All right.